Hello all. So today we have Dr. Priya Gatwai, who is the MS PhD degree holders from University of Virginia, the US, into material science and engineering. We will welcome her to give you insights on career counseling, her journey, about engineering, and much more. I'm sure you're going to love this podcast. Please subscribe, share, and save it. Hi. Hi, Priya, Dr.
Hello.
Priya. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Super. I'm also fine. So let's start my first podcast. So Dr. Priya, let's start from beginning. What were you like as a child? Were you curious? Were you quiet? Were you creative?
I would say, like, if you want me to describe what I did most in my childhood, that was reading.
Okay.
Like, I used to just read anything. There were books at home. I had a library in my colony, and I used to read the newspaper, books, anything. Women's Era, Harry Potter, not Harry Potter, no, that came much later. Agatha Christie, Enid Blyton, Champak, Tinkle, Griha Shobha, anything I could lay my hands on,
Super.
I would read it. So I would describe, like, I spent most of my childhood reading. Like, I was like always hungry to learn more about something.
Yeah. So you were very curious.
Yeah,
You know,
could
to
say
learn. Yeah.
it wasn't driven by desire to understand, but I would say mostly I used to think a lot about what I read. So more like thinking and analyzing is what I did.
Super.
Yeah.
Which is lacking in today's Gen Z generation, is what I'm understanding. Okay. So, do you remember any early experiences of people who first sparked you to, get your interest in science or engineering?
Um, um, I wouldn't say science or engineering, but like being surrounded by so much, like, information which I could read and not just watch passively, but actually read and reflect. I think having the facility for that, whether it be in the library in my colony or the books that my parents got me, I think, and like, very nice teachers. I used to study in Goregaon. So just that nice ecosystem and a lot of positive reinforcement, all of that, I was a typical first bencher. I loved going to school. I wanted to learn everything that was out there, and believe me, until like class 10, I was like maybe first or second in my class. So until 10th standard, everything was just perfect. And
Super.
I will tell you later, when you ask more questions, what changed after 10.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, until then, I was just surrounded by an ecosystem which facilitated learning, and just inherently, I have an interest in learning. So all of that facilitated my, desire to learn more and more. Yeah.
Yeah, as you were a curious student anyway. So, growing up in India, were there any particular teachers or that moment that you remember that made you realize that later after 10th, मेरे को engineering करना है या ऐसा कुछ?
So you want me to tell you why I chose
actually,
engineering,
yes,
right?
yes. Because during that time, I think girls into engineering was, I think, I don't know.
That is true, like, because in mechanical engineering in a class of 60, I wasn't in mechanical engineering, but in mechanical engineering in a class of 60, it was one girl and 59 boys. The ratio was just a little bit better in other departments.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say, it wasn't like, 1:1 or even like 1:2, nowhere close. But like, I just want to tell you, mechanical engineering had one girl and 59 boys.
That's
So,
crazy.
and this wasn't like, in the 1950s. We are talking about like, the 2000s.
Yes. correct.
So, there were definitely fewer girls. There may be many reasons for that, but I'll tell you exactly how I ended up in science and engineering. More than physics, chemistry, or math, which, or physics, chemistry, bio, I was terribly, I was terrible.
Okay.
But anyway, more than physics, chemistry, math, which one has to study when one is in 11th and 12th.
Correct.
I kind of appreciated the all-round education one receives up to class 10th. You have science. It's more holistic. It's not
Correct.
like, compartmentalizing knowledge into, those
That's very
divisions.
true. Yeah.
And I, as I have grown, I have felt that, life is much more interdisciplinary. It cannot be compartmentalized. At least that's not what brings me joy.
Okay.
So I appreciated learning everything, whether it is English, Hindi, Marathi, Sanskrit, or history, geography, science, maths. I appreciated all the subjects. I participated in many extracurricular, especially drama and debates and all of writing was, my passion. So, I could do that. But to bring you to the point why I am in science and engineering, like I told you, I appreciated all round general education. And I actually, maybe you might have written, experiments. Like if you did an
Correct,
experiment, you have to write them down.
Right, yeah.
What is your hypothesis?
Right.
So hypothesis is just a fancy word for like idea. What is the idea you want to test? Okay.
Correct.
So there is an idea. Okay, you have an idea, and now you want to check. What happens
Right.
if you do something, or if you can solve your question,
Questions,
or
yeah.
you can seek the answer to your idea. That is
Right.
basically the goal of the experiment.
Right.
And the experiment is not necessarily a chemistry experiment. It can be anything. It can be a cooking experiment. It
That's
can be a
true.
life experiment. But in general, there is an idea you want to test out, or you want to see how the question can be answered, and then you do something. Okay,
Correct,
so
to
that is
solve
your
that,
research,
yeah.
or that
Yeah.
is your experiment, or that is a model you run on your computer, or
Correct.
that is, you think about it, or you do a survey. But there are various different ways of getting an answer to that question or idea or whatever.
Correct.
And then you observe and you analyze, and then you have a result or an inference at the end of it. So this is like the scientific method. I would say in all of my science education, more than compartmentalized knowledge, I have been fascinated by this scientific method which finds application in different walks of life.
Nice.
And I can tell you, after I did 10th, like I told you, I was like first or second or third, something like that in my school. And what does one do next? For me, there was no pressure of doing anything like from
Okay.
my family or anything. I don't think anyone told me you need to do this. It was just of my own thinking. Somehow,
Yes.
I thought the highest goal of human existence at that point was to get into IIT.
Oh, yes.
I-
Yes, that's true.
that
Yeah.
is what I thought at that point of time. I didn't know many people who had gone, but I just thought it's a lofty goal. And I thought, like, I should aim for something lofty. And I thought, I'm a good student. Why can't I pull it off? There'll be some books. You open the books, you read like you've been doing until class 10,
Correct.
and you shine in the exam, and everyone, congratulates you, and you're at the
Claps,
IIT of
that's
your
correct.
choice. You pick and choose what
Right.
you need to do. So, as we know, life doesn't always go according to plan. Yeah. But anyway, the reason I picked science after 10th standard is because I think really there were two serious options for me, commerce and science.
Yeah.
And I couldn't see myself doing commerce at all, because nobody in my immediate family had done commerce. Maybe that was at the back of my mind. They all had a science background. That may have been there, but like I told you, in my mind, IIT was, the highest pinnacle of, existence to get into this. So I thought I should take science, and then I didn't take biology because I was really terrible at it. And so I took physics, chemistry, maths, and physical education, because you get good grades ready in
Amazing.
physical education. There was no test. You didn't even have to run. Unfortunately, that is the testing system. And English. So I thought these are good subjects. I have fair amount of interest. And commerce was not an option. And arts, I mean, like I told you, I wanted to get into this IIT. So
Correct. So
that was probably
that was
the
kind of
driving
the thing,
force
yeah.
for me. And so let's see if your
Yeah,
other
super.
questions prompt me to share what happened after 10th. I'll keep it a mystery in case.
no, so basically, as I could see that your parents were encouraged
Yeah.
enough to,
Yeah.
for you to get into science
Yeah.
or maybe engineering,
Yeah.
not science maybe,
Huh,
but
science or
engineering
engineering. Yeah.
majoring after your grade 12, because after
Yeah.
that only we
That-
actually
yeah.
choose the
But after
specialization
10th,
of
you have to
bachelor's.
prep. You get to choose
Yeah, the
what is
stream.
your preference.
That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stream. So
the
that.
streams, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, okay. So, Dr. Priya, from Nagpur to Virginia, and finally to IIT Ropar, which was your ultimate goal, I can say, during your childhood. What inspired your journey into getting into material science, especially and engineering? Because material science, if today, if I ask any of the, in even in my counseling sessions, they say, ma'am, I want to do computer science, or maybe it's mechanical, or maybe last में civil engineer आता है कि भाई हाँ ठीक है civil engineering कर लेते हैं या whatsoever. But material science, which is I think very niche, of course. And how did you get into that specialization of material science? And हाँ ठीक है चलो engineering तो करना ही है, but I want to get into material science.
So for that, we need to know the story of what happened after 10th.
So yes, please go ahead. Of course, yes. Please go ahead.
Like I told
That's
you,
important for.
it's
the
important to
students
know.
Yeah.
Your question was how I went from Nagpur to Virginia to Ropar,
Yeah.
but how I got to Nagpur in the first
First
place.
place, yes.
That's the mystery that
Yeah.
I will unravel now,
Yes,
unpack.
please.
So, like, I was in Delhi at that point of time. My father had a transferable job, and we were living just outside Delhi. There's a place called Noida now. It's really famous.
Yeah,
And
Noida, yeah. Of course, Gurugram and Noida. we
Yeah,
all
they are
know
Noida,
about it.
Faridabad, Gurugram are very famous now.
Correct.
But for people who don't know, it's like just outside
Yeah.
Delhi.
Delhi, yeah.
And my school was in Delhi.
Okay.
And we used to commute. It's like Thane, Mumbai, you could say.
Of course,
That's
yes.
how, if you're from Mumbai and you haven't been to Delhi, that's a
Yeah.
good way to picture it.
Yes,
Thane,
yes,
Mumbai,
Thane,
Navi
Mumbai,
Mumbai, something like that.
Correct.
So anyway, I, after 10th standard, because I did so well in 10th, there was one coaching, what can you say, coaching class.
Classes of the
Coaching classes. I will not name anybody,
That's okay.
especially the villains.
Okay, so I have to have that as well. Anyway, that's
Yeah.
talk after camera, off the camera. Yes,
But
go ahead.
anyway, this is just to show that one size doesn't fit all.
Of
And
course.
it's for everybody.
Yeah.
Every individual is unique with their own strengths,
That's true.
and everyone, functions in a different ecosystem. But this story is very important to,
I'm excited to hear this.
for to understand why I'm doing career counseling at all.
Yeah.
It's like something which brings deep fulfillment to me. And this all started after 10th. Until 10th, my life was like picture perfect. You can say there was nothing. There was no villain in the background. Everything. My parents are really good. I had my books. I had
Yeah.
my friends. I had my schoolwork. I was
Correct.
doing really well in extracurriculars, academics,
Yeah.
everything. So you can just see now. It's
It's-
like, someone is having a picture perfect.
Correct.
So they're like, probably on top of a hill. Now you see, at any moment, one can just get,
Get
just
down,
pushed
yeah.
down from that hill
Correct.
and land up in like a really terrible situation. And like I told you, nobody had like forced this IIT dream onto me. This was just something I thought was a lofty goal. And I wanted to achieve that lofty goal because I thought it was within reach. So now there was this coaching class, and they said, to anyone who has secured above X% or who are among the top 3 in their school. I forget the details of this because it was some time back. But anyway, it was on these lines. And they said, we'll give free, coaching or like 10%, 90%
So
off.
10th में जिसका 90%
Right,
है, whatever
right.
XYZ.
जो भी था आपके 90 के ऊपर होंगे या
Correct.
you are among the top 3 of your school.
Correct.
We'll give you 90% waiver, and that was a lot
On
of
the
money.
on the
the
fee.
coaching fee,
Fee,
and
fee, okay.
coaching fee is a lot of money.
Of course.
And so that was like, amazing. This is
Yeah,
such a
जाना
good
है.
deal.
Right.
10% of like 45,000 या जो भी होगा उस time में, that you just pay 4,000 instead of 45. I mean, this is like a clincher.
Yeah,
You have
of
to go.
course.
So then we enrolled, and I was quite excited, and I went. I went for the first class. Like then I went for the next class, and I just couldn't put my finger on exactly what are they teaching. And everyone else seemed to know. There was like, is there a textbook for this? Like, how does everyone already know this guy hasn't taught this yet? So people were super competitive, and I think they had figured out from maybe siblings or they knew how to do this. for me, like, because in school the teacher will tell you this is the
Of course, that
portion,
is, yeah.
and then she will open the textbook that you have been assigned, and we will strictly follow the textbook, and everything else is extracurricular reading. You
Correct.
follow your textbook,
Correct.
and there is a certain portion that is done and which is tested. Okay, but it's not. I was not like doing ratta or anything, but that was. But here, like the book with the notes had like 5 or 10 strange equations on one page. Nothing. No text to explain what is the feel of this, what does it mean to you,
Correct.
nothing. And then they had a test and I didn't do well. And then they had more tests and my confidence kept slipping to the point if the guy would have asked me, especially the maths person, and I love maths actually, but like if he would have asked me to add 2 and 2, I would have failed to do even that. That is how much the confidence sank.
Okay.
Yeah, because like every class you come now, आपका gap जो है, जो audience मतलब बाकी जनता को जो पता है versus you is increasing. That gap is widening. That knowledge gap, and now you don't understand what are these equations and where is it in the book, because the book had just like some equations in 2 lines. There was no description, and then they were using all these advanced textbooks, and it made no sense to me. Whereas still 11th 12th के school curriculum में I could understand because there was a perspective.
Correct.
And the teachers were okay, but I was going like to another class for that, and I perfectly understood what they were telling me. And these are, say for example, he's talking about say laws of motion. He's giving the story behind it, and he's explaining to you what the equation means. And then you start with some simple problems, very simple, and you
Right.
work your way up to slightly higher problems. And so this is an approach that I could understand, but I just didn't understand the approach in the coaching classes. And people were clued in, and everyone was super competitive. And that's when I think, I don't know if it was medical or not, but I became really depressed. Like I was really sad, and I don't know why, but I still did it. I went to the coaching and I would like cry before going to the classes, but I still went.
Okay.
I don't know why. I could have just lived this self-imposed dream and like chilled and done well in my 12th and then done. But I had this, somehow I wanted this dream to come true, but I don't know why. I didn't even know what an engineer does. Can you believe it?
Because there were no career counselors,
There was
there
no-
was no kind of a right guidance.
But I would say
Even-
a lot of it exists even today.
Yes.
If you ask what does a mechanical engineer do to anyone who has even cleared the JEE exam, I have spoken, I have counseled these kids, and they don't know what
Even the
engineer-
subjects they are not.
They
aware
don't
of.
know what is studied. Now they know AI. Now everyone wants to do AI. But other than AI, whatever is there, they don't know exactly. They look it up on ChatGPT, but they won't know the feel of it. So I didn't even know what is engineering. What is it that you're expected to study in the course? What is it that the career profile will look like once I graduate? But I just wanted it because it was like this lofty dream.
Correct.
So I feel, and you can see a lot of it happening now also, because you see a lot of kids, they run away from quota. Have you seen
correct.
that? They go to these
the
coaching
series
classes.
and stuff.
They but it's regular news. Like, it's very often you see either they are in that pressure cooker atmosphere, and if they are not very competitive and they like stuff to be more descriptive, and it's very difficult for them, and it's difficult for a lot of people. Everyone is not cut out for like competitive, super competitive exams, but these super competitive exams have to be taken by the masses of students.
Correct.
And when they are enrolled in these very competitive coaching classes where there is no you can say उसका emotional
Quotient तो कुछ है ही नहीं.
वो coaching का emotional जो teaching है, it is actually not a business transaction. जैसे अपने पेरेंट्स, अपने फैमिली में जो अपने इंटरैक्शंस होते हैं, दे आर नॉट बिजनेस इंटरैक्शंस. यू कैन नॉट बाय और परचेज ऑल ऑफ देम. Similarly, like in olden days in our country also, like the teacher inspired so much respect, and it's not way back, it's not like 1000 years ago, or या फिर सिर्फ महाभारत के टाइम में. This is up to like a few years back, like teachers used to be we still celebrate Teachers Day.
Teachers Day,
Maybe
that's
ours is probably one of the only countries to celebrate a Teachers
Correct.
Day, and everyone, but you can see the respect is more nominal now, but anyway, I don't even know how I got to teachers. But
Yeah,
anyway,
so 10th, yeah.
I'm just telling you that that was 11th and 12th was a nightmare for me. I mean, I ended up getting really good marks in my 12th exam, but here I just didn't know what was going on. It was like something hit me and I didn't know what happened.
So, do you think that maybe a guidance of a career counselor, or maybe you would have given a idea that what exactly
Exactly.
11th 12th is going to be, how that engineering subjects are going to
And
be,
what is engineering?
what is engineering? That's
So
the
those
main
are
thing.
the
Yeah.
things, like kids actually from fifth standard, I feel they're pretty smart. They can grasp. I mean, they can go to school and come alone, the ones who live within
Correct.
walking distance. So
Correct.
fifth standard, sixth standard, I think they can start getting more exposure. उस ज़माने में तो there is no such exposure. But anyway, yeah. So what I was telling you is quota से all these people running
Correct.
away, jumping, hanging. They have to install
Correct.
anti-hanging devices on the fan.
Right.
This is the quota का जो DM है ना, he has made this rule that every fan in every hostel room has to have an anti-hanging
Anti-hanging.
device installed. Imagine how bad the situation is that you have to do this. It's like China where they have to, put safety nets around their skyscrapers because so many people are depressed, they jump off. And we can cut it. But anyway, so you can see that 11th and 12th was not such a happy thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't get good ranks in anything, and I could have chosen to study science. And maybe I liked interacting with people, so I said maybe I can just do science or BSc degree followed by whatever needs to be done and just join as a faculty member somewhere. But somehow वो कहीं तो मेरे इसमें एक वो था कि I have to clear some exam. I haven't cleared anything. What will people say? Such a bright girl. Why she didn't get? But I was anyway. So I told my father I want to take a drop here. But this time, what we didn't go to a very competitive batch. We went to a place that was like and we found a batch that was not like made up of all the toppers, but of like average students. So I got in a batch. Now here, the teacher explained it pretty elaborately, and they told us, इस book से आप पढ़ोगे आपको समझ आएगा. Okay, they explained, they broke it down. They didn't expect some geniuses, just coming up with all the ideas themselves.
Correct.
They laid it out. So उसमें you can say day by day my confidence increased little bit.
Yeah.
So you can see different kinds of teaching, different kinds of thing work for different people. And then I did reasonably well, not like very well, but reasonably well. So now I'm going to answer your question how I chose material science. The honest answer to that is I didn't choose it. It chose me, which is what happens to a lot of kids. Nowadays, you can just say, oh, I want to study AI. You just find a college, you pay the right amount of money, and hey, you studied AI. But if you wanted to get into, say, an IIT or an NIT, there's sufficient people in India who have those dreams. So then, like I mentioned to you, I wanted to get a seat in IIT. I had lowered my ambition. I said, okay, I can settle for NIT. So I was, you basically have in that counseling process, when you go there, you have to exercise your choices. You have to say, this is what I want. Okay. And then based on, merit, they will assign that particular branch to you. It is that random. Okay. So based on my rank, I gave some options like, there was civil engineering in Patna. There was, metallurgy in Nagpur. And I was like, wait, what is metallurgy? Never metallurgical and materials engineering. Okay, that is the name of the department. Metallurgical and materials engineering. I was like, wait, what? I never heard of this before. And I was like, it's in Nagpur. That is my hometown, okay? Yeah. So I was like, wow, this is like God's answer to my prayers. I'm going to Nagpur, I don't care. And what can metallurgy, how bad can it be? And I was really excited. I knew I couldn't handle like electrical engineering or mechanical engineering. It was like too hardcore for me. But I thought maybe chemical engineering, metallurgy, these sound good. I mean, metallurgy, just from Utna word, I thought it has something to do with metallurgy and materials. Actually, trust me, materials are really important. Everything from the sofa which we are sitting to the tablet which we are using. Correct. The key to its working is materials. Semiconductor materials are inside. And this material needs to be, sturdy enough that it will hold us up. and it'll last a long time. It will maybe not get fungal growth. Everything. We are aeroplane में बैठते हैं. The aeroplane needs to be robust enough that it won't capsize and needs to be light enough that it will fly while consuming minimum fuel. So when one thinks about it, materials are actually at the heart of a lot of stuff. I mean, everything.
Yeah, of
Building materials,
Correct,
everything. ठीक है. तो I didn't know a lot about it, but I thought नाम से तो इतना बुरा नहीं लगता है.
हाँ.
Basically, seeing the name Nagpur, I was like, yes, I
Yeah.
get to live in my hometown. My
Correct.
grandparents will stay there. My
Right.
aunts will stay there. This is amazing. This is really God's answer to my prayer. So I just took it up. This is how people used to get metallurgy, and this is how people get metallurgy now. It's because of your rank. Because very few, only the government operated colleges now offer these so-called niche departments, like even chemical engineering or a lot of these civil engineering. Most of the private colleges will offer what is in demand. What is in demand is जो पढ़ाई करके आपको अच्छी नौकरी मिलेगी, that will be demand. So that is what will be offered. Computer science, AI, data science. Now this is what nobody is going to offer metallurgy, but government operated colleges still offer these. And all the kids who end up there, I am 101% sure that 101% of all the kids in metallurgy are because they're not by choice but because of their rank.
Okay.
But I would say it was nice. Then, you can see my 2.5 year nightmare was over.
Okay.
Because again, I was in that environment which I had experienced in school up till 10th standard,
Right.
where you know the course material. The professors explain nicely.
Nice.
They were gentlemen. They were very nice people. The professors, they lived on campus. I was in my hometown. Every weekend I would go visit my grandparents. There were drama club. There was this club, that club. There was a big swimming pool. So I was having the time of my life again.
Correct.
Okay, so you can see ups and downs are part of life.
Part of
So I
life,
just
yeah.
want to, tell especially any young viewers out there, and things can get bad, but sukh ke baad dukh aayega, dukh. So we have
Yeah.
to be resilient and we
Correct.
have to stick it out.
Right.
So anyway, so that was good, and then I enjoyed my studies there, and I said, teaching. I like working with people, so teaching should be good. And then I just saw what is the highest. Like I told you, I was always shooting for some really
Yeah.
lofty goal.
Correct.
But I was like, what is the highest place one can study? And I said, America. Okay, no, I don't know anything, but I just said, America. This is how much,
Yeah, of
research
course.
I have done into this. It's just somewhere I must have heard. Then I said, how does one go to America? Then someone told me, ये senior है ना, वो America गया. I said, उसका email address दे तू मेरे को. So I got the email address. I wrote to this person, a senior from my college. And he said he had actually compiled, his name was Keshav Sheshadri, I remember that. I had never interacted with this person while he was there. He was a year or two ahead.
Correct.
But when he went, I was emailing him many times. So he had actually compiled a handbook how to go to the US and what to do there.
Okay.
Okay, so you can say this is I got some very nice free guidance there. But anyway, so he told me you have to give GRE. I mean, he had written in his booklet, GRE, you have to give TOEFL. So I did all. Now I have a systematic manual how to approach. So I signed up for GRE and I did the preparation myself. It went very well. It was not like that IIT JEE exam where you're competing with other people and it's so high pressure. GRE was so nice. TOEFL was so nice. You enjoy taking the exam as well.
Correct.
And then I had some good references and everything. And so, to cut a long story short, I got accepted by 4 schools. I applied to 10 schools. And how I found the universities, I found what are the top 50 schools in America. US.
Of course, US.
US, there is a listing, I forget the name, but it lists the top 50 schools or whatever.
Correct.
So, jo US ke rankings rehte, I saw, okay, these are. So I said, let me have 3 maybe in the top 10. 1 to 10 वाले 3 लेते हैं. And एकदम कम है, वो भी 2-3 रखती हूँ कि I have some backup. And mid-range के कुछ रखती हूँ. ऐसे this was my strategy.
Yeah.
And then I got accepted, like I said, to 4 schools. One of which was Stanford.
Amazing.
So I went anyway, so that was for a master's program.
Okay.
I had applied for PhD, but they said we'll give you master's. Then there was University of Florida, again a master's. which said you get so much tuition waiver. Now, two schools, University of Virginia and Arizona State University, they gave a fully funded PhD thing. Now, you would say this is an easy choice, but no, just Stanford Thappe ka jo pool tha, that was there.
was easy. It's
That
not
was
easy
it.
to let
It's
go.
not. So then I was like so confused, as we often are. There are often going to be, choices to be made and very difficult choices.
Yes.
But then, then talking it out with people helps. Okay, people you trust. You can, otherwise you'll go crazy. So I went to a senior and I just talked to her. I said, you know what, the Stanford. She said, you know what, तुम Stanford जाओगी, वहाँ पे California में cost of living. I had no idea what is cost of living only. I didn't know. My parents are paying for hostel, everything. Cost of living of California is so high, and Stanford, see, the fees are so high for me.
Yeah, correct.
And she said, you'll be under tremendous pressure again. And then it clicked, that I don't do very well in high pressure situation. And she said, तुम सोचती रहोगी ये एक बिस्किट का पैकेट खरीदूं कि नहीं, खरीदूं कि नहीं, खरीदूं कि नहीं. Everything is so, and you will not be funded, no, everything. And then you'll have high pressure. You have to find a job after this to, repay the loan or whatever. So I was like, I have a history of not doing well under pressure.
Under pressure.
Let me not make that choice. So by God's grace, I was able to make that decision. It was the best decision because I really cannot handle that. So we have to be very self-aware of our strengths and weaknesses, and we have to work to our strengths. If we don't, then we'll just be mediocre and miserable.
Correct.
Yeah. So
Correct.
anyway, so now I have two options: fully funded PhDs, University of Virginia and Arizona State University. How do I make the choice? So I emailed, I just looked up randomly कौन Indian बच्चे वहाँ पढ़ते हैं, and I emailed and I got some responses. And anyway, but then when junior Monday she came and she was telling me, oh, I heard, ma'am, that they used to have to call us ma'am, senior.
Yeah.
I heard, ma'am, that you got accepted. Which schools? I said, I'm considering to University of Virginia and Arizona State. No, oh my God, University of Virginia, Charlottesville. I lived there for a year. My father was posted there. It's the most amazing town ever. It's so green and pretty. And Tom Cruise and all these Hollywood people have their holiday homes. I said, done, I'm going to University of Virginia. And this is exactly how I ended up in Virginia.
Oh, this is
So,
crazy.
Nagpur, Virginia. And then Virginia, I got my PhD. And after that, we had a family situation. And then we had to move to India. And then we applied everywhere. And my husband got a job in IIT. So I also followed him there, and so then that's how I ended up.
So
in
then
Bhopal.
your study at IIT ended up in
my study,
Yeah.
my wanting to study at IIT
IIT.
ended up teaching
at
IIT.
IIT. Yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah, but I was there for 3 years.
Not
but,
too bad.
But anyway,
course.
maybe our paths weren't meant to cross.
Yeah,
whatever, we are
yeah.
star-crossed, whatever.
Correct.
But so after that, for various reasons, I am no longer teaching material science to college kids, but I love working with kids. In fact, I have worked with kids kindergarten age through now these PhD students.
Correct.
And I have a vast experience, and I feel that I will do well in working with kids. So for various reasons, now we are in Mumbai, and I am working in various capacities with kids different ages.
Nice. This is
my
a very
journey.
interesting story from your 10th to your IIT
Yeah.
back was amazing.
Yeah.
And how the material science actually chose you.
It
is
chose
what
me,
you
I didn't
choosing
choose it.
the
It chose
stream.
me.
It is a very interesting
Yeah.
story to know. So, with regards to your US and your India study, because as you have done your bachelor's in India, then you went to the US and then back to IIT for teaching, how can you differentiate the teaching of your Virginia and India? I'm sure there is a vast difference in the teaching pattern in the academic situations as well. Because at Virginia, definitely US or maybe other global universities more focused on research.
Mhm.
Even when they are going for master's degree, there is a combination of research
Mhm.
and academics. Both.
Yes, exactly.
So how that? What was how was your time at Virginia as a student? As teaching and academic specifically.
I had the most amazing time in Virginia. Again, good amazing teachers, and like stuff I could actually understand what was being. And then there were fewer Indians, but like nice group of friends.
Correct.
So that was I had a very nice time in terms of teaching. Um, they were excellent actually teachers, but
Yeah.
some of my Nagpur teachers were also really good. I would say.
Super.
So I would say it was an extension of, and being in the US, I learned that I have the right to ask questions. I need not be afraid of asking questions. I think
So
that
that
is an
happens in-
attitude
Okay.
I picked up in the US. If something's not working out, just question it and then figure out how to get it done. That sort of liberating attitude. Ask questions. I think I got it, and I had such amazing professors. They were like the luminaries in the world of materials, and
Correct.
literally it's like the Shah Rukh Khan of Bollywood. Like those kind of people were teaching.
Right.
And so I had the extremely good fortune of being taught material science by people who were passionate about it, and they were the Shah Rukh Khans of material science.
So it was more passionate there.
Yeah, and I had a really good time because, like I mentioned, I love learning, and who wouldn't learn? If you Shah Rukh Khan would teach you acting, you were
of
like,
course,
oh
everybody
wow.
knows, yeah.
So it was like that, and I had a really good time in Virginia.
Super, amazing. So, as a career counselor, let's come to the career
Sure.
counseling part.
Mhm.
What are the most common challenges you see in today's students facing? What do they face? What are the challenges what they face?
One is like I feel there's a lot of competition and a lot of pressure, so much so that I see schools which are traditionally known for giving IIT coaching, now they're starting entire schools, and from like junior or nursery you are enrolled in that school.
Are you serious?
I mean, I can tell you a joke. There is this is a joke, but this is living proof that this is not just a ridiculous joke. Like someone was saying, "Mera bachcha to 5th mein hai. Is it too late to enroll him in IIT coaching classes?"
5th grade student.
5th grade में. This is a joke, okay? So that guy says, अरे 5th तो तुमने बहुत लेट कर दिया, अच्छा है मेडिकल नहीं चूज किया, उसकी प्रिपरेशन तो पिछले जन्म से करनी पड़ती है. This is a joke, but it's
This is the first thing which I am even hearing.
Okay, this
to be
is
very
like-
honest, yeah.
Hey, this is like this is an inside joke. I mean, this is how bad things are. There are schools, I don't want to name schools,
Of course,
but
yeah.
they are famous for 11th 12th के बाद coaching कराने, but now they're operating entire schools. So I just feel that kids have so much expectations and pressure and competition without even knowing what is the career. Like I told you, I didn't know what is the career.
Correct.
So that is one thing. Okay, of course you can open up Chat GPT. Then second is this excessive screen use. They are less resilient now. Okay, they are very distracted, less focused, less resilient.
Correct.
And because of that, it's very hard for them to respond to failure in a positive way. And many times parents also don't have time for their kids. That's another thing. So because of that, social emotional connections are dissolving, and that will make things so hard for these kids as they grow up. That's
Correct,
another thing.
correct.
And people don't have connections with extended family as much. Even
That's true.
nuclear families of nuclear se bhi, it's very difficult, and because they don't have those social connections, it just makes people meaner and more materialistic. So I
Correct.
feel like screens, increased competition, and also lack of values because of this media. Often it can be, everything can be used for good and bad, but often it's like showing violence and many other things which are unwanted.
Correct.
And then the kids get hooked to
Exposed
all of
to,
this,
yeah.
exposed to all of this. So I feel those are eroding our values, our culture, which is like the most amazing thing we have to offer to the world. If we let go of that, chasing some other I don't know what, chasing some other carrot maybe, I don't know,
Yeah.
but erosion of values and breakdown of the family system, less
Correct.
time being spent with families, loss of social emotional bonding,
Yeah.
because of excessive screens, and then the
Right.
content itself that the screen,
That's true.
and excessive pressure, competition. I think this is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. So I think the parents should ideally more encourage their kids to read books.
Read
rather
do.
than reading on an iPad.
Definitely, there are, like, you probably know that, all these techies from Silicon Valley, they put their kids in Waldorf schools where up to 5th or 6th the kid doesn't even see any technology.
Yes, that's
They
correct.
send them out to, like, Waldorf schools mein bahar baraf ho raha hai, you go out and play with the snow.
Yeah, correct.
So this is something I'm working on right now, like,
That's great.
but
Yeah.
the screen can be used sparingly for kids over 3 years of age. Until 3 years, don't show them screen. Don't get them addicted before they even know what it is. 3 years तक तो बच्चे को कुछ पता ही नहीं है ना, तो 3 years के बाद स्कूल जाएगा, कुछ interaction होगा. So that is one important aspect.
I think after 3 years also, until they come actually into the grade 1,
they
they
don't
do
need.
not require.
And then
it, I
if you need, you can show them some entertainment, little bit, something which aligns with your values. You can just give the child the remote and कुछ भी देख ले.
Correct.
Because now, especially if you show on the phone, कुछ भी आ जाता है ना, YouTube recommendation or Instagram, anything. And you do, and then you swipe. The kid learns to swipe, which means I don't want anything boring. This is boring. Their attention span decreases. Their ability to tolerate boredom decreases. And actually, बच्चों में boredom leads to a lot of creativity and imagination. क्या करें? Then they'll see something, they'll start playing with something. We are robbing them of those opportunities.
And I have seen students where they ideally, they don't even value the parents nowadays, to be very honest.
But do the parents value the children?
That's
not
also
only in name.
That's also another.
That is the
That's
thing.
another
How much
thing,
do we
yeah.
value? It will be reflected in the time and the attention we give our kids.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I have seen parents, जब we go out for dinners or anything, I see the children, coming into a very louder places. There's lot of music and all these things, and even children are dancing. It's not like a place where we cannot, take our children. But I feel that's not the age for them to explore all that at this age. मतलब 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. It's not at all recommended.
Exactly.
And also, I've seen kids sleeping at 11 p.m. When I was a kid, my mother used to whack us and then 9 बजे चलो सोने. 7:30 and you have your
अभी
dinner
स्क्रीन्स
at 9.
के वजह से सबकी स्लीप जो है वर्ल्ड ओवर, आई रेड द स्टैटिस्टिक, ओवरऑल द स्लीप, if you compare स्मार्टफोन से पहले, it has gone down average से 1 to 2 hours sleep का एवरेज आदमी, एवरेज, क्योंकि they take their phones to the bed.
Correct.
And when you take that technology to your bed, it's going to keep you from sleeping. And when you don't get enough sleep, the children have learning difficulties even then. फिर बोलते हैं ADHD हो गया इसको. Many times it's just lack of proper sleep.
Okay. So, also one thing right now, that can spirituality and modern science coexist or even complement each other in shaping the young minds? Because right now spirituality or maybe our culture, they need to know what exactly is in the Bhagavad Gita. Maybe even I don't know, or maybe some of the parts we know, but then do you think that it is compulsory, which will add value when even they coexist with regards to that?
See, we start learning our ABCs from like age 3 or something.
Correct.
Because of a career that we will start when we are 20, 21. Similarly, these spiritual texts are there to guide us. And we learn this now from a young age, so that when the actual problems come, and life is not going to be, मैंने physics में graduate किया, तो life is not going to be physics.
Correct.
Life is going to have a lot of aspects to it other than your physics as well.
Correct.
So similarly, to handle life, it's like, Bhagavad Gita, you said, it's like a manual for life. So if we don't know, this is, I would say, the most important thing for our children, especially from a young age. And when you say, will it complement science? It will absolutely complement science. Is it, for example, is it an innovation we are making just so I can fill my pockets, even if it's ruining? For example, these days, I will just explain to you, maybe they have come up with some really nice technology for making, like, really tasty cookies. I was just seeing the other day. Okay, and now they're promoting, or they're showing, this is an ideal gift for your child for Diwali. And you look at the ingredients and you go to this, stuff I'm not going to put into a child's mouth.
Correct.
इस दिवाली आप ये गिफ्ट दीजिए अपने बच्चों को, दिवाली पे पैर छू के आइए एंड ये गिफ्ट पाइए. And if you see the ingredients, you will be horrified. So this is what they have used their science and technology to come up with attractive packaging and attractive recipe which will not go bad. It is very loaded with I don't know what kind of sugar. So you can say this is kind of like, you know, a scientific accomplishment to make this product. Okay. Food science is food technology. But is it being used responsibly? Similarly, this screen, it is leading to addiction and the companies are aware of it. All these violent video games, they are leading to problems in the children. The companies are aware. Are you using it responsibly or not? If you are guided, if you have a moral compass, which you get from, being in tune with your culture and your heritage, you will refrain from doing something that is going to harm another human being. Whether it is even after inventing dynamite, Alfred Nobel felt so bad. So you will act responsibly. You will use that science and technology in a way that will help and not just to fill your pockets.
Correct. That's very true.
Yeah.
Super. So, with regards to career counseling, I have seen that whenever I ask a kid that what do you do in your free time, maybe they have an answer that okay, we Instagram, we watch reels, or maybe YouTube, or maybe there are few students like 10 mein se I can say only 1 or 2 answering that we read books, which is I think decreasing like anything. And sports, how important. What I feel is that sports is very important in your life, and I think they should add a sport or any of their hobby, not sports, but any of the hobby with their extracurricular. Name it as an extracurricular, or maybe a profile building kind of an activity when they are, seeking to Ivy League universities or any of the, global universities to take an admission. But what do you feel that they should have such kind of activities like an extracurricular or a sport or a hobby where the parents should encourage the kids to go out and not be on the screen?
Absolutely. This is a given. I think many times screen has good uses, but it is often used irresponsibly.
Correct.
On the contrary, if at a young age, one is the parent should be seen reading a book. If the parent himself or herself is addicted to the phone, the child will only by observing imbibe this from a young age. Whatever you want your child to do, you have to surround them with it. Children from a young age start giving indications about their propensities, their likes and dislikes. It is for the parents to be tuned into their kids' behavior. If they're not going to be home at all the entire day, who is going to pick up these clues? And for example, if you spend time with a child and you realize, you bring him a cricket ball and bat, he refuses to play, but whole day he is drumming on the table and this. Then you get some idea, chalo, I can put him in tabla class. Correct. And you try out a tabla class. But you have to you have to take that effort to understanding what he likes. You can enroll him in something, not just because it's an in thing to do to put your child in the classes, but seriously to give him an interest that will help him or her for the rest of his life. It will be a hobby, not just a hobby, it can even be his actual profession or her actual profession.
That's true, yeah.
And when life gets stressful, that will act as a stress reliever. So it is invaluable. This phone will only give additional stress. It will ruin the kids' eyesight. It will make them physically unfit. It will give them all sorts of social, emotional difficulties.
Correct.
And it will just make them crazy. In fact, you will be surprised to know that recently I read that in America, 50 to 60% of the kids use ChatGPT for companionship. They don't have friends. And one kid actually did something really terrible. He or she, he committed, whatever. So he took his own life because ChatGPT asked him to do so. This is what happens when you leave. The kid does not know, nobody's at home. There's no grandparent also. If parents are not there, then some human person
interaction,
there is nothing. And so the child is now hooked to that screen. We also sometimes kitte like
of course,
that adrenaline rush we get.
Definitely.
But from a young age, that at least we know an option. We just physically lock that phone away. We have led a life where we were not around so much technology.
Yes.
But for these kids, they have always grown up with this. So for them, it's all the more difficult, all the more important for the parents to give him or her some interest other than just this. ये तो कोई भी कर लेगा. Even like the beggars sleeping on the streets are looking at their phone. It's
Phones,
not
yeah.
some big achievement to look at your
Yeah,
phone.
that's correct.
So you have to give them a higher taste, and you have to even like many things can be done with very little investment also. So if cost is an issue, then also there are so many workarounds.
Super. So let us come to our last segment.
Sure.
Where I have got this quick rapid fire round. We have all grown seeing this rapid fire round done by Karan
Let's
Kaur.
see.
So this was,
Oh, really?
I was super excited for this segment.
I don't
So-
know if I can answer it
Just
rapidly
one-
or in one word.
So one word is okay. So I would just throw some quick questions at you,
Sure.
and you can just say one word coming to your mind, or maybe let's not keep it rapid as I said, but then one word. Okay. So the first, what's the one thing you wish every educator understood about inspiring the next generation?
Importance of good values.
Amazing. This was rapid and yes, not one word, but yes. Okay, let's go the second. If you could redesign the Indian education system, what's one change you would implement immediately?
Two things I have.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Importance of good values, and second, exposure to a lot of careers from a young age,
So-
sixth onwards.
Okay. All right. So, how do you personally define success for your students?
Interest, personality, and aptitude should be in sync.
Super. All right. The second last one. What's your message to young girls, especially considering careers in science and engineering in this era?
Life is more holistic than just science and engineering.
Okay. Explore more.
Yeah, explore everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So just don't go under pressure. There's no
Okay.
pressure to just do science and engineering. Do it if you like it.
The final one. Finally, what keeps you inspired after all these years of teaching, mentoring, and building careers?
To build a happy and inspired generation.
Nice. Amazing. So thank you so much, Priya. So I hope you loved the podcast, and we have spoken about many things, many insightfuls related to students, parents, how you need to take care of your kids, choosing the career options, career choices, maybe into engineering or many other streams. So I hope you like it. Please subscribe, share, and like the podcast. Thank you.